Hey, yup. Welcome to the Bring Your Own Boys podcast, episode 4. I mean, we already made it to episode 3. We got a trilogy, but I mean...
Now it's a quadrology.
Yeah, quadrology.
Quadrology.
Yeah, we're making millions on this. I'm just kidding.
Not a single cent.
What is it?
Not a single cent yet.
Oh, God, yeah. No, honestly, not a single cent. But hey, we love it.
I'm surprised we made it this far.
Yeah.
I love you guys, and we love you.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
you.
We want to lick you. No, I'm
Yep.
No homo though.
All right. Anyway, we got Kevin Redfield, myself.
We got Kristen Union.
Matt Abatoy.
We got the boys squatted up as
Yeah.
usual. And you know, did you guys just first thing right off the bat? I gotta talk to you guys about this. Did you guys hear about the aliens?
The Green Gang.
The Green Gang aliens from GTA?
Oh no, I was talking about something different.
Or are you talking about?
Like the Navy or something like released UFOs, like released like actual proof of UFOs.
Well, I feel like every year there's like actual proof of UFOs that they released, and it's like the same thing.
Well, no, but like I don't.
Wait, like
I don't
how
know, this
legit
was
is this?
I don't know. I didn't see the whole story. All I heard is that like. Well, no, I don't think they released like the. I don't think they released it though, don't they?
Was it leaked?
No, I'm pretty sure like they actually released it.
Huh.
So like aliens probably are real. If they got UFOs just in the military, they're giving us this information. They've just given up at this point.
Yeah, or maybe they're trying to distract us from the coronavirus.
Nah, you got the whole space. Well, not the whole world because it's space, right?
Yeah.
But like
The
outside the
universe,
world,
yeah.
you got the whole universe, the whole solar system. You're telling me there ain't another life form? I was just watching the original Alien movie. You're telling me there ain't some shits like that hanging out?
Oh,
No, but
definitely.
I saw this one like History Channel thing at 2 a.m. You know how those go. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the one meme where it's like it's History Channel after 12, and then it's like it's Winston Churchill and like a bunch of aliens learning how to use a tech deck from this one kid. They're all just looking at this dude doing like an ollie with his fingers.
No, there was one with Hitler
Yeah,
doing that.
that's one I sent you.
Yeah, the one he sent me with Hitler doing that. It was the fat kid. He's like, yeah, Hitler's like, I'm like, dude, that's how they, dude. He was teaching him how to win the war, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude with tech decks, tech decks and bazookas.
Well, I mean, obviously they
Winston
didn't teach Hitler how to win the war good enough.
Yeah.
He kind of failed at that.
He was like, this is how you do it. Hitler's like, fuck.
Hitler
Yeah.
can pull off the kickflip.
Honestly, dude.
Yeah,
Honestly, wait.
couldn't pull it off in Moscow and got his cheeks clapped.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just came up with a great name for a band.
What?
Ollies and bazookas.
Ollies and bazookas.
Like ollies and then like bazooka. I don't know.
Hey, there's a name.
Sounds
There's a band name called the Butthole Surfers. There's literally a band. Dude, the only song I heard, it was as weird as you would think it would be. It was just like, it's kind of like, God, how do I?
How do you describe that?
I don't know. I don't know like the name of it, but it's a certain sort of vocal thing that they do, and you hear it in like movies, like over like a radio.
Gregorian chants?
It's like over like a radio when you're on an airplane.
Oh.
It's like a.
So it's like filtered like radio.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
static?
that kind of. It sounds like that, but they're singing, or like I don't even know how to describe it. But then the music was all weird, and I was like, "Fuck this shit!" It was on the radio.
It was like butthole surfers.
The
you said?
Butthole Surfers, dude.
What radio stations do you listen to?
Honestly, yeah. Who airs that? You know
know.
what?
Like, I feel like you
giving
can
my
only
time and
find
money to
that
listen to
on
the
like.
buttholes.
Yeah,
I
the
think you
Butthole
can only
Surfers.
find that on like a college radio station where there's like your college student given full permission to play
It
whatever
ain't
they
Kiss
want.
It ain't Kiss 102.5. I can tell you that. But it's like some random ass like 83 point something. It's some random ass channel that isn't popular that nobody
You know,
like.
can't trust anything less than 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go up to like you go down to like the 93s. The 92.9 is the limit.
Okay.
Like and under that.
I know like NPR is like 94 or something.
Yeah, that's like you're straddling the line there. Like
Yeah.
on the way here, I ended up listening to it was like 88, and guess what it was?
What?
Classical music.
Yeah.
Oh God, I was listening to classical music. I don't. Okay, I listen to country a lot, and both of the country like stations that I listened to were on commercial. So I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna surf around, and then I just heard like a steady A from the violins, and I was like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah,
Like,
what-
what else is on the radio?
I'm at the lowest point I could be at.
I am
this
not
point.
worthy of 102.5 and above, so I might as
Yeah.
well go to 88s.
Hey, I mean, listen to another hour of that and you could probably collect Social Security.
I've only gone as low as 97, like 7 or something like that. I've only listened to the same 3 or 4 like stations. I don't really go to like a lot of different things.
Yeah, I just use YouTube Music.
Or like I use that too, but like I don't know. I don't always want to set up the Bluetooth and shit. Sometimes I just want to turn it on.
I'm actually kind of big on radio, cause like they're probably the only way that you can listen to like a lot of good rock nowadays, like just over and over again.
Well, YouTube Music is that way. You just put on like the certain playlists that they have mixed.
I don't know, but I mean, radio's local. Like you're supporting them by
Yeah.
listening to them, and also like 92.9 and I forget what other channel it was, but it was like 98.1 or something like that.
Plus,
They
I
play
mean,
some
it's
good
kind
rock.
of nice to have like a DJ on there.
Yeah, like to have a personality, just talking to you while you're alone.
Yeah.
in darkness.
Plus, more likely than not, I'm gonna learn about a new band not from scrolling on YouTube,
Same.
but mostly from the radio. I mean, because on YouTube, I'm not gonna go new bands from 2005. Like I don't do that. So I look up you look up what you already like, pretty much. But on the radio, you can
usually
hear all
when you
different
hit
stuff.
shuffle to play like from a artist, like it'll do stuff related to that, and you just find new bands like that.
But it's like the thing is though, is I listen to all different genres of rock. Like there's different like styles, I guess. So like you won't find Foo Fighters in Rage Against the Machine. At least I don't think you would. You know what I mean?
I mean, I found Everlong playing in the same place.
Well, I don't know. That's I don't know. I feel like that's just like I can't imagine that really. Or here's a better example, like Slipknot and like Foo Fighters or something. I feel like that would be.
I get that.
But like, you know what I mean? So
Honestly, the way that I like but the way that I usually find new artists is like if I'll go to I like punk rock, so I'll listen to a punk rock. I'll look at like a punk rock music video, and then usually since I don't look up punk rock a whole lot. There's always like some sort of like recommended from some obscure band I've never heard of.
yeah.
And that's how I usually get new music. But like other than that, I just listen to like the same 4 or 5 artists.
Yeah.
And I feel like for YouTube Music, their discovered playlist, like it shows stuff that they think you would like, but that's like a little off because their your mix one has stuff that they're like confident that you will like.
Yeah.
But the discover mix is like stuff like, oh, you may or may not like that. Like there's a lot of stuff like I haven't liked on there because it's been like hip hop or like pop or something like that.
No, okay. I have Spotify and there's always like a Discovery Monday or something on there. Every single one. I listen to a whole ton of music. Every single one is like the most contemporary pop ever, and then 1 or 2 country songs in there. And I don't get it. Like I listen to punk rock, the most extreme country, the most pop you can ever hear of. And I've got freaking acoustic version of Hey There Delilah. I don't fucking, like
Wait, so what is extreme country? Is that like
Texas dirt, like the dirt road scene.
Texas dirt.
oh dirt
Or the
road scene?
red dirt scene. That's what it's called. Like there's Texas country, there's Nashville country, there's Carolina country. It's a whole thing, man. It's really weird. Like I
So
never
can you
knew
like
about
tell them apart by like whether it's a love song about their cousin or about their sister? Is that like the difference between them?
that. Have you heard the term like boyfriend country?
Boyfriend
No.
country.
Yeah, that's the new, because there was bro country before where it's just about like,
Sounds like just gay country.
Bro
stuff.
country.
Sounds like some where Graham
Yeah,
McDonald
Jack.
would be.
want me to educate you on the history of country in the 2000s, 10s? Alright,
Sure. Bro country.
so bro country that's basically what you're talking about, where like you get a girl in your truck and you might get lucky at the end of the night because you got your hand on her thigh, you're looking at the moonlight and like
Oh,
you know
so this
that.
is like southern fuckboy country.
Exactly. Like that's
Okay.
what like Florida Georgia line, like cruise and all that.
All right, that makes
was
sense.
bro country, and now the new era is boyfriend country, where it's basically simp country.
Simp country.
Yeah,
country.
Wow.
it's just like it's dudes basically praising women and putting them on a pedestal, which like
Wow.
it's nice, but it's like they're worshiping them. Like
Yeah, there's like a fine line that there's
Yeah.
a difference between
like there's
being
a song
I
by
know-
Florida Georgia Line called "Holy," and it's like, "I'm holy, I'm high, I'm loving you. You're such a great woman." Like, there's a line there. Come on, buddy.
There are girl simps though. I mean, listen,
Oh.
Isabella from Phineas and Ferb, simp.
Oh,
What-
Giant
that
simp.
one chick from Fairly Odd Parents that likes Timmy, simp.
What,
Motherfucking
Trixie?
simp. Yeah, I think
Trixie's
it is.
not.
Is she a simp?
No,
don't
I
know.
thought Timmy was going after her.
Well, I feel like it's like a double standard in that way, because like it's kind of like expected of girls to do that, at least in the terms of the patriarchy.
No, not Trixie. It's the other girl with the glasses, like the really nerdy ass one.
I only remember Trixie and Vicky from that.
Trixie's the one he likes, and there's another one that likes him. And then, oh god, there's another one. Hold up. Oh yeah, freaking. Oh, the other girl from Phineas and Ferb, the sister. What's her name again?
Oh,
Candace.
yeah,
Sipping for Jeremy.
No,
bro.
I feel
Yeah,
like that's just
Johnny
crushing.
Sins.
Like, there's a difference between having a crush and simping.
there's a fun. That's got to be a fine line though.
Well, I feel like it's like an obsessive crush.
Wait, okay, define what you think simp is. I'm curious.
Okay, so simping is putting somebody else's like priorities above your own. So it's like buying stuff for everybody and doing everything you possibly can to please them, and then
Exactly.
making like your emotional reliance on them.
But like, wouldn't it be like if only if they don't like you back though, or like if like, you know what I mean?
Oh, they can like you back. I feel like you're putting more in than you're getting out, and like
Okay, I get
you're putting them above you in a way. And like it, I guess like it has to be to like a certain degree where it's like noticeable.
But isn't that what being a boyfriend is? Like,
Well-
you see this girl and you're like, that one right there. Nobody else is getting that one. I'm getting that one. Like,
Yeah, well, that's like being possessive and liking, but it's like to an extent. So it's like your normal boyfriend duties, I guess, but like turn toxic where it's like hurting you and giving her all the power in it and like putting her above it. So it's like,
okay, that makes more sense.
yeah, it's exaggerated.
I can't even really put a definition on it personally. Like me, I'll just look at something, and if I think it's simping or it is simping, I'll say it. But I can't really say, oh, this. If you do all of these things, it's categorized as simping. Like I feel like you both are giving good points. I guess it all depends. Because like yeah, there's being a good boyfriend, then there's like yeah, doing too much, not getting anything out
Yeah,
of
I feel like
it.
there's
So,
like a spectrum of simp-like behavior.
yeah, yeah.
How like one thing would be like buying them expensive shit and then like not expecting anything in return, or another thing is like giving them rides everywhere and letting them use you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay. So I was at work and this one girl, she didn't know what the term meant, and I work with one of my friends. Shout out Zach Pasquale. And
Yeah.
and he was trying to explain it to her, and then like I overheard the conversation. I was like, "Do you not know what that means?" And then Zach walks over and he's like, "All right, trying to find the word simp without using the terms soy boy and beta."
Soy boy.
And like honestly, you can.
Yeah.
Like you can in a way, but like those terms are like kind of connected. Like if you're a simp, you're a beta.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting in terms of like linguistics and all.
No, I got you.
Well,
Linguistics.
you act like a beta towards the person you're in love with, I would say. So I mean, you could be like an alpha towards everybody else, but you could still be a simp for somebody.
Yeah, that'd be like an extreme like psychological thing going on. In your
It's
mind.
weird how that shit changes people. Like,
What do you mean?
I can't imagine myself, dating somebody and then changing because of it. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'd be this. Obviously, I'd be more disgusting around my friends. Like, say more like really absurd shit. But like, I would only tone it down to a certain extent. Then I see people who are completely different people with their friends and this person, and I just mean in the way they behave, and it's just like I don't understand it. I never did. Like, I can't see I'm always gonna be goofy and like always try to be like, what I
Well,
mean?
I feel like everybody expects different things of each other. So around your friends, they'll expect you to do that, but around like a girlfriend, like they expect you to behave more and like not be retarded.
Jesus.
When I think of that, I think of like them having me on a leash then, like, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Arr, arr," and she's like, no. And I'm sitting there like, and she's like, I'm like,
And
And then
if
I'm
a
like,
social worker was rubbing you like that, I'm pretty sure she'd need to get fired.
yeah,
Yeah.
the social work.
Dude.
Damn,
Yeah,
but
she's my girlfriend. It's not like she's my social worker and has to change my diaper every day.
I'm trying to think of like oh my god.
You're trying to think.
Was it the one dog? I don't know if it's from Back at the Barnyard. I don't know if it's that show. It's the really disgusting dog or something. It's in some show. There's got to be some kid show where they have like a really disgusting animal. No, I can't describe. And it's always the one that's like hype or like a Disney Channel movie or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that's most
Dog with a
Pixar
Blog?
movies.
Dog with a blog? Why is there a dog like that?
Oh god, never mind. I've unveiled that mind. Never mind. Nope. Forget
My
that I said
sexual
that.
fantasies about it.
It's not the dog that runs a blog.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah, that's what yeah.
Not in the dark Disney Channel days.
They're more recent than you think. I'll say that much. Like I'm proud of it, but it's not something I should be proud of.
Dog with a blog was probably like 2014, 2015 or something when it came out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
But yeah,
I don't know, I've been low of the Cartoon Network. I haven't strayed that far from it.
Dude, I miss old Cartoon Network, man.
Favorite old Cartoon Network thing.
Either the original Teen Titans.
Yeah, I think the original Teen
the
Titans.
original
That was the
Teen
one.
Titans.
That and like the Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah. What else? What did they have?
Where they
for
had
that?
like the Dragon Ball Z cat.
Oh yeah, obviously that's my
all-time
all-time favorite show. And then they used to have that. I don't know if they didn't have it on Cartoon Network. It was on something called CW.
Yeah, the CW. That's
Yes.
the Saturday morning
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's what,
And like you didn't need like cable to get it, and you could get it on Plebeian TV.
Plebeian TV.
That's what we used to have.
Yeah, and like what else? Codename Kids Next Door. I love.
Underrated.
Even Courage the Cowardly Dog freaked the fuck out of me. Like it still scares me. Like the music, like the animations, the way they move. Some of the episodes are terrifying. The fact that they were just on a ranch all alone, and like I said, the lack of like obnoxious soundtrack music. It was just like it was just really like subtle. But the move, like everything about it was so creepy. Like I don't even know.
Like
if
the grandpa didn't, or no, was it like the grandma didn't have like pupils, and she just had like white eyes?
something like that. You can never see their eyes. They always have the glasses on.
Oh yeah, the grandpa had glasses, and he was always like,
It's all so surreal.
Yeah, like
Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy, man.
See, I think like what takes the cake for me was the OG Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
That
I've
well,
been rewatching.
yeah, they're
those.
still coming out. They're still coming out with episodes too. But
Well,
I guess
when it was back on Cartoon Network.
yeah,
Yeah, like 28 to 2012, 13.
yeah. I mean, like, there's got to be something else too. What else? Because I don't want to say stuff that's still airing. You know what I mean?
Well, I know Adventure Time and regular show have stopped.
Regular
Oh
show.
yeah, regular show. I watched so many episodes. I stopped, and still so many more came out after that, and I never like saw.
Well, it kind of went downhill like, in
Yeah.
the later seasons.
Well, did they just run out of good ideas, or?
No,
I guess that's what I
they
feel.
took it in a weird direction.
Well, I feel like it went the same direction that everything on Cartoon Network went. Like how they had like more cartoony shows like Amazing World of Gumball
Oh, I got
and
you.
like
That was
whatever
the
one they
good
have
ones.
now. Like it's not really as good as the old stuff.
Y'all remember Fanboy and Chum Chum?
Yeah, bro, Chip Chop, Bob. I freaking love that shit. That's why I think one time I was like, oh, can I have an extra large or something? That's an actual size in that show. It was literally the size of a freaking shed. Like, that's how big it was. Oh god.
Oh, but no, yeah. Honestly, the one that takes the cake, Flapjack.
Flapjack.
Flapjack, dude.
Flapjack. That's another one that scared me. The fucking
Dude.
candy barrel, and he's sitting there like,
Or the
"Ah."
Candy Island one.
Oh my god, that was scary, bro.
That was so gross and decayed.
Oh my
And
god.
then there's the one where like the bartender's a comedian, and then the one guy walks in, he's like, "Hey, why don't you drop dead?" And, like, this dude was fucking like almost committed suicide on a freaking kids show.
Oh god. And then what was the freaking Bubby was the whale, and she was
Yeah.
sleeping in the tongue and just rolling the tongue over it like that tongue's like 1,000 pounds. How the
would
fuck
crush
roll
that
that?
shit.
Yeah. How is this whale not swallowed Flapjack by accident? Just felt like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I mean, even like whale saliva is acidic in a way, so she would slowly dissolve from being in there.
We're just gonna debunk every show and see what's wrong with it.
Look at the shape of Bubba, cause she's like a giant head and then a little tail. That's
Yeah.
all she is.
Bubby.
So is she just like a giant tongue?
She's like a severely deformed whale.
That happened in one of the episodes. They had a race.
Chromosomes too many.
Yeah, like the one episode. That's how she won in like this one race that they had with this black like robotic whale, and like they were having a race in the water. That's how she won. Like her tongue stuck out and reached the finish line. I don't know why I remember that so vividly, but
I love how when we're trying to describe the plots of like these kids' cartoons, it's just like describing a bad trip or something.
It really probably is.
it's fucked.
Like I remember the one thing that I remember the most from that show. It was a random thing, but it was like Flapjack and Knuckles were like
Knuckles, that's it. Yeah.
They were trying to look for role models, and then this one dude like walked up on the dock and he was like, it was just a businessman, but like you get the voiceover, a businessman.
Oh yeah.
And then like a pirate shows up. It's like a real adventurer.
Dude,
And then
you do it so well.
And then the pirate freaking like he unzips his costume. And it's actually a businessman. And then the businessman is the pirate. And then he like kills a something or something.
He kills a something or something. Yeah. I remember that.
That show just screams childhood.
Didn't they do that in Adventure Time too, where they did the "Oh businessman"? Like they did a little voice in the
I
background.
think so.
Yeah.
Did they do that too?
Adventure Time, I gave it a bad rap when I was young.
You know,
Like it's actually really good.
yeah,
Some of them are.
yeah.
Do you know how they like were ending it? That's crazy.
Like how they end it.
It was like an atomic bomb was dropped on the world, and that's
Well,
how like the world
Wasn't
was
that
made.
like the prequel? Because like it was like nuclear war, and then like Ice King was like some regular human, and he had like some magic crown that made him immortal.
No way.
That's it.
So it's just normal, and then all the magic shit started.
Well, the Lich
Yeah.
King like blew up the world or something,
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
and
dude?
Finn was like the last human after everybody went extinct.
What the
Like
fuck?
so was Demo.
No, you're killing me, bro.
So literally, it's a post-apocalyptic
This
show,
is
man.
fucking my childhood up so bad. Fuck, dude. Who the fuck's bubblegum? How the fuck bubblegum come up in there?
Well, she's like toxic waste that like mixed with candy or something.
Yep, they all are.
I'm telling you, people, I'm experiencing this for the first time live, just like you are.
And literally, like, the dog was
Jake?
Yeah, Jake. Like bathed in like toxic goo that's like radioactive. So literally, the radiation gave them all magic powers.
No.
It's like world.
That's awesome, but it's so like, wow.
Honestly, how could you come up with that as a writer?
Like it's definitely like a big brain show in a way.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
like that and
And like it kind of like aged with us, cause like at the time, before they started developing that, cause that was in the later seasons when the lore started fleshing out. Like we were too young to appreciate it.
That's crazy.
it really is. I don't think I could ever write something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's more an exercise of world building in a way.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Plus, if you think about it, like you said that was like a prequel, so they kind of they probably came up with that way before they even started the show to kind of say, oh, this is how this started. This is a cool like little prequel we can put out that they can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like they don't even come up with the origin until like later on when they make prequels. Obviously, it feels like,
I don't
Well,
know.
or sometimes they do, I guess.
I mean, even in Futurama, like from episode 1, they had like the little nibbler in the first episode that pushed him and like started off, and they wouldn't show that bit till like scenes later. But it's still since the first episode, they had planned on him being like save the universe
the brain
somehow.
monsters.
I
Yeah.
like how he has to eat like black mass.
Yeah.
To survive.
Oh god. I remember the freaking the one Adventure Time episode where like he has to get into a cave to get this like golden armor, and the dude is blocking his way. This little like wormy looking dude. He's like, "You have to beat me in this game." And like when he picks up a ball with his ass cheeks, like he squats down, picks it up. He's like, 1, drops it, 2. He's like, "My rabbit, you have to beat me." And he's like, "Show me how it's done." He's all right. This is how it's done. Then he runs in there and gets the suit, and the guy's just like, he just turns into this big ass demon. He's just, and then Finn gets in the freaking golden armor, and he's like, I don't know why, but then the guy's like, "Mama," like he's like, "Mama," as a freaking demon. He's like, "Yeah, I'm your mom." No, go. I don't know. It was the weirdest fucking episode, but it was fucking good as fuck. And then there was like this big white beast, and like Finn looked like the white beast's baby. Because like Finn had the white hat on, so she picked him up. She's like, oh, like petting him. He was like, and they had red butts too. Like they were like red butt monkeys. I don't know. I don't even know how I remember this so vividly. Like I remember scene by scene, like how this happened.
It's having flashbacks.
I just need to stop because I'm fucking.
Hey, this is our childhood. This is what made us.
Yeah. Billy and Mandy. I remember who's the one chubby black kid name in freaking Billy and Mandy. He was Billy's best friend.
Yeah, wasn't he also stupid?
Yeah.
I don't know the name, bro, but no,
Yeah,
it's on me.
he kissed Mandy, bro. Like Mandy was like about to die or something. Like they were on like a freaking like a trek or something. He's like, "I got this," and he's like kissing her. I'm like, "Oh my god, my boy,
That's
my boy."
Get him.
Yeah. Damn.
Do you know do you guys remember the last episode of that, Billy and Mandy?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Or it was like a movie type thing where it was like the tarantulas, like they took over the school, and it was like Grimm and the leading tarantula were like gonna go to homecoming together, and then like the tarantula was supposed to win homecoming, but then like Grimm ruined it, so now the spiders were gonna take over the world, but then Billy, I don't know, man.
It just
Like,
sounds
it had something
stupid
to do
when we
with
try
milk
to describe it.
Yeah, it's so
They were
funny.
like milk cartons, tarantulas, Billy doing some number thing, prom. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. And then what was like the ending of regular show? Like, how did that go? It was like the movie. They had a movie.
I actually watched this with my next door neighbor in college. It was.
I'm gonna say just like at home. It's like I randomly was like, yeah, come over, dude. He goes, "Watch it, dude. Shit, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hours, dude. 4 hours ain't shit.
4 hours?
Yeah, Ohio. Remember?
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, I thought you meant like the
It took
movie's
4 hours.
I'm like
I know the finale of like Airbender was like 4 hours because like a ton of episodes in one.
The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had like
I never got into watching
That was good, dude.
That
The
was
Last
good.
Airbender.
But
was
like
also,
the new
part
reboot
of
they
that.
tried to do, where it's like 100 years later,
Legend of Korra?
isn't? Yeah, that's not the same.
That was 100 years. That can't be.
Well, no, it's like 3 generations later or something. Because there's like metal benders and like new technology and stuff.
Well, they had metal benders in The Last Airbender, but there was only one of them. There was only one. And then, but the thing is, though, is that Legend of Korra, they still had Zuko, though. He was in Last Airbender.
Yeah, he was like really old, right?
Well, he wasn't like an old man. He was like maybe like 30s. Like he was like middle aged. It seemed like it. He might have been older, but I mean, you know what I mean? I can't imagine them making him an old man. But dude, that was also a show from my childhood. Freaking Appa and Momo. Yeah, yeah. And dude, oh my god. Then in the ending, he reaches the Avatar state, and he always talks to that like Indian dude. He's like, "You got to reach the Avatar state. You have to do this and this and that." Oh yeah. And then he's all like, "Yeah." And then that's basically what he's doing. He's probably molested Aang up there. It's just them two. And so then Aang finally got pissed off, and he's like he's just killing everybody.
Damn.
But yeah, that show also amazing, and I love how they had 3 different endings for each. Like they had like the Water Tribe for the first season, the Earth Kingdom for the second one, and the Fire Nation. Like each season, like was based upon a different tribe type thing. Yeah, that shit. That's got to be up there with, like I said, Teen Titans, all that shit. Even though it's not Cartoon Network.
No, I totally get it. Like,
Well, it's on the good tier of like that level.
Yeah, it's like Nickelodeon. Or no, I'm sorry. It's like.
well, it was.
It was.
It was Nickelodeon, but I
Yeah.
don't remember
Well,
watching
more
it
with the
on
Nickelodeon's like good shows, like Fairly Odd Parents. That.
Yeah,
Jimmy Neutron, man.
Jimmy Neutron.
3.
I mean,
Carl.
I guess the
Dude.
OG episode, the SpongeBob, before it started declining.
Yeah. SpongeBob was awesome.
That's still
Could
funny.
not deny it.
I still think it's funny. I still think it's funny. It's
Like, I can recall so many memories from that.
yeah. What's the one monkey episode where no, it was like the ape and he's in his house.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
Chip, the penny, and the napkin. He's like, it's okay, Chip. And then freaking I don't know.
It was like the gorilla's costume was like Patrick or something.
Yeah, and he puts him in the bag and he starts beating the shit out of him. He's like, you gotta go help him, SpongeBob. He's like, I can't do it. He's like, dude.
The memes of it are still good today.
Yeah. Oh god. And then I remember Patrick, they're going sledding and he falls off the cliff and he gets a piece of coral on his head and becomes smarter. That's such a good thing. That's such a good thing that they did. Like getting a piece of coral on his head made him smarter. Like that's honestly such like that's funny.
I remember Gary come home. I still listen to that song.
Oh Gary, why did you have to go?
Gary, you were wrong. I was blind. I messed up, but now you're gone. Gary, I'm
Man.
sorry. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But I think we can. I don't know if we can all agree, but we can all agree it's like a top tier episode. The pizza one, the Krusty Krab pizza. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me.
I don't think I've ever seen that episode. I've
Oh
only heard
my.
the memes. I don't think I've actually seen it.
I've
You
probably
haven't
seen
seen
it. I
it.
probably just forgot.
Do you
The
understand?
Rock and the Moss.
I think
It's
I've
a
seen that
rock.
one.
It's a rock.
Yeah, you gotta understand. There's so many episodes, so many iconic ones. Like I never watched the whole series. Like same thing with Billy and Mandy and Courage the Cowardly Dog. I've only seen handfuls of episodes. I've never seen like
Yeah,
every
you never
iconic.
sat down to binge watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm
I
a
would
kid.
never wanna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, at the time,
Well, that was
being a
before
kid,
like Netflix had them, and Netflix was
Yeah.
big.
I remember when Netflix came out. It was like $9 a month. Probably
Yeah,
still.
they
is.
just sent you like DVDs in the mail or some shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it used to be.
Yeah. I remember on TV, like, it's so crazy how, like, you know how our parents are like, yeah, I remember when that came out. Like, now experiencing that and being like, I remember when Hulu first came out, Netflix. I remember when, oh my God, what was it? I remember Teen Titans, new episodes airing, like, new ones. And it wasn't even like, I think I did, because that was like, what, early, like,
Yeah, that was
all
early.
the way up to, like,
That was like up to 2008.
I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was, like, early 2010s.
I want to know.
Because I was in, like, second, third grade at that time. But, yeah.
Because like, I don't know.
I think it was early 2010s.
Like the great thing about like any cartoon like that or South Park or freaking Courage the Cowardly Dog or whatever is that like each episode stands on its own. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to go through episode after episode just like diluting my like knowledge of the or like diluting my expectations to where like I know what's gonna happen and I know what type of comedy's gonna come.
Yeah.
Like I gotta usually like when I'm home alone at 3 a.m. and South Park's on, I'll just watch an episode real quick. I'll get riled up. I'll get
Feckin'.
the revenge of feckin'.
Feckin'.
Oh feck lads.
Yeah.
Are we really going to do this?
Yep.
But
We're doing it.
what was I talking about? What was I talking about?
South Park.
South
Riled
Park.
up.
Get you riled up.
Yeah, no, I get riled up after one episode, like laughing my fucking ass off, and then I just go back to doing anything else. I don't know.
Anything but that. Nah, it's like, I'm trying to think. There was this episode of one of the shows we were talking about. Was it
You got this.
fuck. I had it in my head. It was something funny.
Man, you got this. Just
Was
keep
it-
going.
I don't know if it was SpongeBob
Keep
or
pushing.
like, what the fuck was it? I don't know. Okay, we'll keep talking. It might come back to me. But man, it was something funny too. It was like one of the shows we were talking about.
Here, I'll bring up a new show. That might not help, but who cares? My gym partner's a monkey.
Oh yeah.
That was one. It
I
wasn't,
don't think I've ever seen that.
I
it wasn't the best one, but
I've only seen a few. Yeah.
it was pretty good, man.
It was just a kid, like a regular human, in a school with all animals.
Oh.
Yeah, and his best friend was a fucking monkey. So that was
Yeah,
basically
don't
it.
premise.
It is. That's why I said it's not a great one, but it's an old one.
Oh,
It's like
okay, one
two-season
better
show.
than that, Camp Laszlo.
Oh, the animations are weird. Like Laszlo's mouth is just,
Yeah, it was just a banana.
it's just a banana. God, and then there's the elephant, but I don't remember much of like the fucking.
I don't remember the story that much. I just
Yeah.
remember it was like there.
Yeah.
I love how like we can't remember much of the plot for most of these old shows.
Yeah, I
Which
just
like
remember.
this crazy thing happened.
Honestly, dude.
It was just the premise that like got you hooked. Like for me, I was a big flapjack guy, so freaking this random like crazy ass kid, even if it's not specifically stated, living in this crazy ass world and just wanting to get to fucking candy. That's sick to me.
Yeah.
And also like pirates and shit.
Yeah, dude. But and like it's funny the atmosphere. Like I don't remember an episode where it was like sunny and really like tropical. It was always like gloomy.
Yeah,
it was
always
yeah,
trash.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like that. So many. That's why I was talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog. Very lonely, isolated, like really subtly, like soundtrack wise, just creepy. Like the Mummy episode where the guy's like, "Return the slab, or suffer my curse." That's still scary, dude. Like he literally, this dude was murking people. They were in a car, and the dude literally just freaking like their asses. Like,
Damn.
it was actually scary, and it wasn't like they didn't make it funny or anything. It was just creepy. I was like, dude,
I reminds me of, like the old Scooby Doo ones they had.
God, yeah.
You watched Scooby-Doo, both of you?
Back when-
I've seen
Like
a
the
few
cartoons?
episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Not
seen
the old ones, but like the
Well, I guess it depends on which old ones, because there's like 3 different generations of it. There's like the old ones where they'd have like special guests like Batman and stuff on there.
that's weird to think.
Dude, the
that-
Batman Scooby Doo episode, that was lit.
I love the Batman memes where it's him and Robin. Robin's like, I think we should shut your bitch ass up, and it's like smacking him. They did a UFC fighter for that one. It was Nate Diaz and Justin Bieber or whatever. And Nate Diaz was always like, yeah, man, like he's always the one who's high and shit. So Justin Bieber was like, yo, Nate, he's like, shut your bitch ass up. And like there was like Twitter beef and shit. I thought it was funny. I don't know why I came up with that, or not come up with that. I don't know why I said it. But yeah, the Batman and Robin shit.
What?
What were you saying?
What?
Talking about Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo, where are you?
I love the who was it by? It was I think it was by like Simple Plan, but the one with "What's new, Scooby Doo? We're
Coming after you.
We're gonna solve that."
Yeah, that's the
mystery."
one
That
I'm
one's
talking
yeah,
about.
that one's the best one. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was that by? It's-
And then they had the really movies. And then the movies, the animated like Scooby Doo that looked terrifying. Like, literally, Scooby Doo was scarier than like the demons and shit in them.
Remember Jay and Silent Bob? They get in the van and it's just Scooby Doo's van. Like, who the fuck are these guys, right? It's like, "Row, row, row," and they're like all high off of freaking drugs. And no, Shaggy was on the windshield like that because they were tripping balls. That was great. Greatest cinematic experience. That movie.
What was that? What was that? You were talking about something. Dang.
You were talking about something. Well,
Oh, the movies, the Scooby Doo movies.
Live
Y'all
action.
ever seen those?
The
yeah,
live action.
they weren't bad. They were all right.
Well, the
they
animated
were alright.
movies were better.
They had
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't like how Scooby Doo looked.
Oh no, that did remind you. You were talking about Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah,
I'd never seen one of those, and I kind of want to. But have you heard of the one called? It's the one where it's like this whole like religious thing.
I didn't even know they had more than one movie.
Yeah, there's Jalen Silent Bob, Jalen Silent Bob the sequel. There's the new one that came out like this year. And
Wait,
then
there's a new one?
Well, there's Jalen's. the only
Dog-
one-
Well, we saw the Seek Revenge one, right?
no, it's Strike Back. Yeah, Jalen Silent Bob Strike Back.
That's the
That
second
came
one.
out in like mid 2000s, like 2004 or some shit.
but there was one that
2001.
Kevin Smith. There was one that Kevin Smith made called Dogma, and it's basically just centered around religion. Like Chris Rock is the 13th apostle, and he's like always getting left out of everything. He's like, man, what the fuck? Why the fuck am I here listening to y'all bitch ass? Like all that shit. And then Jay and Silent Bob had to like guide this woman to New Jersey to like find Jesus or something. And then, no. Jay and Silent Bob had to help this woman go to New Jersey to stop the apocalypse that was going to be started by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
So they got the same actors in each movie: Chris Rock, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
Kevin Smith. Yeah, I don't know, because I remember Chris Rock was the racist like movie director in Strike Back. He was all like, he's like, you're the man. He's like, no, you the man, and that's the problem. Like the white man, you know what I mean? And he kept making a bunch of racial jokes. He's like, oh my god, what are you?
Well, it's racial commentary, not
Yeah,
racist
well,
jokes.
I don't know, not joke. Yeah, just like being racist. I don't know, that's funny.
You the man. That's the problem.
You the man, that's the problem. And I didn't even understand that until after a while. I was like, oh yeah. I didn't understand it first, but.
See, I feel like those ones rival the Harold and Kumar ones.
Yeah, and then the white guy came around and he was like,
Guantanamo
cracker. Like he was like, his cracker sentences when the white. Yeah, Harold and Kumar. I haven't seen
Those
White
are the-
Castle, but I've only seen.
White
Guantanamo.
Castle sucks in comparison to Guantanamo Bay.
Really?
No, it sucks in comparison. Like the White Castle one's still good, but Gitmo Bay, that's such a
Game Bay. Oh, it is gay because the cock meat sandwich on it. Have you seen that? Have you seen
Big
Guantanamo Bay?
I was saying Gitmo.
Gay.
Oh, never mind.
Have you seen Guantanamo Bay?
Like,
The one where they get sent to the
yeah, no, I've seen like the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with
God, that's lit.
the one dude from Hot Tub Time Machine. Is the dude that's haunting them.
Oh yeah, he's sitting there. He goes to the hood. He's got the grape soda. He's like, "You sure you don't want to tell me?" He's like, "That's just ignorant. That's just racist." He starts pouring it. He's like, I was like, and he's all proud of himself. He's like, "We got him, boys." And like, I remember you were sitting there. You're like, "Dude, this is like the epitome of like human. This is like the epitome of evolution right here
Yeah.
of humans."
and he
Or
just
not
jumps
the-
out of the plane with a parachute after them.
This is the peak of humans right here.
Exactly.
Remember when they like, oh, it's like they go through the roof of Bill Clinton's house. And
No,
they
it's
smoke-
George Bush.
or George Bush, and they smoke weed with him.
Yeah.
And then he comes to like have their wedding stopped.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like, what? Why, man? Why do you listen to your dad all the time? And like, why are you putting all these bills through? And he's like, man, I don't know, man. My dad's giving me shit all the time. And like, as president, that's fucking awesome.
And also his like
President
vice
was-
president was like creeping him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dude, comedy. What? Who's that made? Was that made like by Comedy Central?
I think
I
don't know.
don't
Because
know.
that's
Because now Harold
all
and
I see.
Kumar were like comedians.
Oh, they are.
I think so.
Well,
Like the
we're-
actors are.
The taller one, the smart one. He's
The Asian
he's
one?
actually like a. Oh yeah, the Asian one. He's actually like a serious actor.
Huh.
Like he does a lot of dramas.
That's cool.
And he was.
It's like I feel like a lot of comedian people like end their comedy phase to go do serious stuff. Like that's what happened to Filthy Frank.
I could see that. I mean, eventually, after a while, you want to try something different. So
Is
I
that
could
who
see that.
Joji is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure.
Like, and I love how he's more popular as that too. So it's like the right
So
decision
weird.
for him. And it's like everybody forgot about him because like the media will go up and have it, and they're not going to give him crap for like saying a bunch of racist shit and homophobic shit as Filthy Frank.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, and normally I'm not a huge fan of actors from comedies or like dramas going to a comedy or going like. Normally I like for them to stay where they are, or like I think they're better where they are. Like
Yeah.
Kenny from We Are the Millers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He did like the Maze Runner, and he was like the tough guy, serious actor. Did not work for me at all. He has the derpiest looking face for somebody who tries to be that character. He's like, "Who's this guy? Come on, Greeny," and he's wrestling talk. I'm like, "No, this is not who you are. You're Kenny. You're the derpy ass kid who gets bit by a spider in your balls.
Yeah, I remember that.
You're that kid who's like, ah, God, my balls. And you're like, oh, that's David. And he's like, shut the fuck up, Kenny. He's always ripping on Kenny. He's like, Kenny, shut the fuck up for no reason. He's like, the bad guys over there. He's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know, every time. I loved it. So for you to go into like Maze Runner And what's the one a movie called Detroit about like the Detroit riots and it was like a whole race thing?
Oh,
and like
yeah.
he's one of the white supremacist people, whatever. It does not fit. You are not like a tough, serious actor. You're not. You're just a derpy. You are the only. I will only know you as Kenny. I will only know you as Kenny.
I'm just gonna suck being typecast. Well, you're not.
'Cause,
He's
like-
not being typecast in that situation, but we're typecasting him.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
exact same thing that happened with Jim from The Office.
No.
Like,
He's
well,
Jack
I mean,
Reacher.
yeah, Jack. Well, I feel like you still think of Jim from The Office, and you're like, yo, he can't be. a
He's
secret
Jack
agent.
Ryan. Jack Reacher's Tom
Or
Cruise.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack
right.
Ryan, and then the guy from
Well,
Quiet
no,
Place.
he's also. Wasn't he also in like a? It was like a war film.
Maybe.
Oh,
I,
yeah,
I know he was
13
in.
hours.
I know he was
Yeah.
in The Quiet Place.
Well, yeah. You guys see Quiet Place?
Yeah, I've seen the first one, not the second one.
I don't think this is the second one out yet.
It has to be.
No. Dude,
It's not.
yeah, he announced he's delaying it till after COVID.
Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I did see the trailer on
Wasn't
TV.
that like filmed in Nutcracker or something?
Yeah. Huh?
I only heard about that. Like I was at college when that happened.
I never
wish
saw
got to
it.
see
I never
I
saw
think one
anything either.
kid in our class was like an extra for it, or maybe had a role.
That'd be
in it. I don't
fucking
know.
lit. But like the first one, overrated, way overrated. It's not that good. But the best scene was the opening scene when the little kid gets fucking murked by the monster. Like, yeah, have you seen the movie?
No.
Yeah, they have a son, and like he grabs the toy, and the toy like lights up, and like they didn't know he grabbed it, and the toy like starts making noise, and he's like playing with it, and they all look back horrified, and the one monster just comes out. Opening scene comes out and just wrecks him. Like, and like they all look back, and I'm like, dude, this movie's gonna be lit. Saw the rest of the movie, it's so. It's not that great.
I liked it personally. Like I'm not a big horror guy, so it was kind of like it was a good stepping stone into horror. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a horror. It was more like not even a psychological type thing.
Yeah, I used to be big in horror. Yeah, I still kind of am. But.
See, one good psychological horror thing I like was Midsummer. Like that's free on Amazon, and I recommend checking that out. Like that movie is fucked up to the max.
That's like, yeah, that was like the really religious movie. That was like the cult.
Yeah, it's like the cult in
Oh,
like
I've heard of
Sweden,
that.
how like they have a ceremony every 104 years. Like they do messed up stuff in that.
I might have to watch.
They have like this one oracle, and they like deliberately inbreed to like create like a child with severe mutations and like super Down syndrome basically. And then like it has like seizures and like it just finger paints and makes like a big mess, and then they like interpret it as like a message from the gods.
Is it just about them doing that shit, or is
Well,
it about a main
it-
character?
There's like a female.
Well,
that came in.
there's like a main like there's a group of like college students that are checking it out, and they're writing like their college thesis on it.
Oh, I might have
And
to
then
watch
like
that.
slowly they piss off like the natives, and then they get themselves like skinned and like stuffed with hay.
Isn't that movie in like related to Heredity?
Yeah.
Is it like a sequel or something, or is it a prequel or something, or I don't know. Apparently, someone told me it was related, but yeah. I kind of like. I don't know. I haven't really seen them. I've only seen bits and pieces. But the Cloverfield movies, you know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I've only
those
seen
ones are
bits
pretty
and
good.
pieces,
I
yeah.
think I've saw like 2 of them.
Yeah, like I don't know. And you know something? The game The Forest that we play. I feel like do you think they'd make a good movie or TV show out of that, or they could?
I feel like it can make a good. Yeah, it can make a good movie.
Yeah.
Cause like, and I feel like it'd have to be done like the Blair Witch Project. Like it'd be like first person
Yeah.
camera on there.
Film,
or have you
yeah.
ever seen the movie like Down Below, where it's like they're going into the catacombs of Paris?
As Above, So Below.
Yeah,
Is
that
that a good movie?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I want to see that. Is it on Netflix? Is that-
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
I'm gonna watch that because I want to see that.
Yeah, that movie's good. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, there's footage
And it's
of.
not like downright scary in a way, but it's like creepy. It makes you feel really uncomfortable.
So that's
Like
good.
it's atmospheric.
Because I thought it was gonna be like the paranormal activities, like as they go on, where they're just like after a while you're just like, you know something, Paranormal Activity. I think it was called The Marked Ones or number 5. It was number 5. It's the one where that
Those
one.
black dudes? It was like where they get a shotgun and they go into the house.
Yeah, that one. I like the ending to that one because the dude's just murking these freaking like
Yeah.
not cannibals. What the fuck even are
I
they?
don't even know.
They're like possessed people.
Ghouls.
They're like possessed people or whatever. So like, it was cool. The Mexican dude literally comes up. He's like, "Shh, we're going in." And he's just like,
Yeah, he's just freaking.
yeah, dude. And then his one female friend, yeah, she just comes crashing through the glass like dead. I was like,
Damn.
so then, yeah, I guess the endings to like them are kind of good. I don't know. I like when it's like,
No, I watched a review on there. I forget who it was. I think it was pretty much it. It's a YouTube channel, and they do like they do like movie commentaries, and like literally they watch like Paranormal Activity 1 through the end, and literally all they did, like all that they were saying was like these movies are basically the last 15 minutes.
It's the same thing with happened with number 4. It was like the girl and like her best friend, the one dude. He was also from like a Disney Channel show, and I forgot what show he was. Like I like recognized him. I can't remember the fucking show. His name was Ryan in the show. Here, I have to show you a picture. Like literally,
Wait,
he's
no,
from like.
what are you talking about? Like the movie?
Okay, so Paranormal Activity 4. So like,
okay.
yeah, and like I don't know. I just like the one scene, like he's at his computer and you can see like the camera like looking back like behind him, and then the freaking demon comes up and then just fucking snaps his neck. Like I like that scene. Well, I think the marked ones had the best ending that I've seen, because that was like action at the end. That was pure like everybody getting fucked up. That was cool.
Which like it turns horror on its head into just plain awesome.
Yeah.
See, like the horror ones I like are like atmospheric shows in a way. Like, have you seen the show Dark?
Dark.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's a German one, but it's like not really horror because there's not really monsters in there, but like there's murder and stuff in there, and like it's really atmospheric because it's almost always at like night, so it's a little dark and like anything could happen for it.
And you know, I like the movies and TV shows where they don't reveal what's killing people or attacking people. Like they never reveal it, but it's left up to your own imagination. Like there's something called Event Horizon. It was a movie on Netflix. It has Lawrence Fishburne.
Isn't that where they like go through the ship and like they get possessed by demons?
They go to like a different like dimension or some shit. Like not like a black hole. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Like
and then,
doing warp travel.
Yeah, and then like the entity like comes over, but like I was reading comments and shit, and it was like, yeah, it's like you don't actually see what it is. It's just kind of like an entity. Like it's left up to your own imagination. I heard it's like they're like, yeah, this should be like a classic. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch that. It's on Netflix, but it's like late '90s. But
See, that's where I think that's where A Quiet Place kind of like faltered, because they showed the monster.
yeah,
Like the fact that
Like
it was,
they should at least wait till the last 15 minutes to show monsters.
yeah, because like with what's it called? Like with Paranormal Activity 5, like it was just basically an action for the last 15 minutes for A Quiet Place. So you can reveal it then, but like to build the suspense, you gotta like make us imagine.
And like you could show like the shadows or like parts of it.
yeah, that would be
What
really
you
cool.
thinking?
Because they showed you what one of the monsters looked like. Like I said, opening scene. Like it was like this crab like looking.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like it was like this crab like looking thing, huge. And then like at the end, it was just like sorry for spoiling this for anybody, but just it's not even worth it in my opinion. Like opening scene's great because I like seeing children get wrecked in movies because you don't
What does that say about it?
you don't expect that shit. That's why, because like you expect all like the 30-year-old adult men to get fucked up and adult women like in like college students, but like when you see like that's fucked up watching children get gutted, right? It's fucked up.
Well, then why do you like it so much, Matt?
I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. No, but like
This is why Matt has never babysat.
no, it's more so just because like me, I'm a horror guy, so like I've seen a lot of movies where they do that. Now it's almost like when you take drugs and you need to up the dose, you know what I mean? It's like
You're
that.
addicted.
Like you need to, not addicted, but like you need to up the dose to like feel new again, to like feel a new high.
Your sense of horror is diluted.
Yeah, like I need something better, more fucked up. Like you're talking about Midsummer. I'll check that out because I need something that's better, like more fucked up, so that I can be like wow again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's
really
like-
get excited again, or not excited, but like really just
Get that feeling again.
yeah, get that
Get the
tick
spine
feeling of like
tingling.
holy shit, dude. Like
And the like, I guess Midsummer will definitely do that for you because like they don't spare any like cut to it. It's just all like
They
yeah,
show you.
that guy jumped off a cliff. Oh, look at his head. He fell there. Up, this person landed on their legs and their legs are all broken. They're crying out in pain. Up, we gotta go smash their head in.
yeah,
Like they show that.
yeah. Or they had another movie. It's Danish, but it's about it's called Utoya or whatever. It's about in a Denmark. Like it was the biggest massacre in Denmark. It was like all these kids went to a summer camp, and this dude just comes up with SWAT team gear and just like murders everybody. Like it's the worst. Like it's the worst. And like
Is that
first,
like a real event?
yeah, first he.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, first he bombed a building, like it was a failed bomb attempt, and then he took like in the movie, it showed him taking SWAT gear. He goes to the camp, but he passes as like, because they don't know it's him. So he goes, hey, I'm here to protect everybody, make sure everybody's safe because there was a bombing, and he's got real SWAT gear. So like, all right, you come up here. Then he kills them. But still, like shit like that is like, and it wasn't like really over exaggerated killing. It was like I feel like what it would actually look like, or the type of noises they would make when dying. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But like, to me, I need that. Like I said, I need that new high when it comes to watching horror movies. You know what I mean? I know it's fucked up, but it's like that's
I get
how
that.
I get excited about it again, or that's how I get like holy shit again. You know?
No, like that's your version of an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
And I adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
There was one show. Yeah, we kind of got past it, but The Village. You guys seen that?
I've heard of it. Wait, it's a show?
Or it's a movie?
I've heard of it. What's it about?
Never mind. Signs. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen parts where it's
Wait,
like
what is
the
it?
water like signs.
It's the one with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, and they're on a farm.
It's kind of a classic, actually. I don't know if it's a classic, but it's like very well. Like they do a lot of references. I feel like it's the stereotypical. They're in the field, like at a farm, and it shows like the circles in the farm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like UFO shit and all that. So
I get that.
Yeah, but I've only seen parts of it though. Is it good?
It's okay. So I saw a review on it. I watched it, and it's the same thing as A Quiet Place. Like, that's what I was like gonna get back to that. It's like it's good until they show the aliens. Like, there's always that suspense, and for some reason, it's like it was like one of the best movies ever until that scene.
Huh.
For real?
Yeah.
Isn't that when they poured water on it, started beating the shit out of the baseball bat or something? Isn't that what happened? They poured water on it, I think. Because that was like, didn't they do that at the end? Like, it was in the house and they poured water on it to like, that's like its weakness. I thought that was like one of
That's
those
kind of a
things.
stupid weakness. Like, why would it come to Earth if it was allergic to water? I mean,
That had to
70% water.
That had to be like the first like really breakthrough alien. Well, no. I'm sorry, that is way wrong. That is way wrong. I meant like modern day alien movie. Because like then you had like all the aliens from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But I feel like this one was like like I said, because I've seen so many, like even Ben 10. I've seen shows where they literally done
Yes.
that. They literally had like the farm field and then they had like the circles. And like I feel like science kind of like made that a thing. I feel
It
like.
had to.
Well, I feel like what made it a thing was that people were actually doing real crop circles. So those were popping up in random fields.
Yeah.
So that's like a real life development.
But I think Dark Skies is my favorite alien movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Dark Skies, really good alien movie.
Yo, describe it real quick.
They so basically it's about this family, right? And it's about like there's two sons, and then there's the mom and the dad, and so oh my god, I'm trying to think of like how to describe it. So okay, there's he calls him the Sandman. It's the youngest brother, and like they show you the alien. But it's actually like a realistic like type of alien that you would think. They call them the Gray. It's the actual like okay, this is gonna be way wrong, but you know the GTA, the Green Gang aliens.
Yeah.
It's like eyes like that, but it's not green. It's like very dark and gray, like the Gray. That's why I call them that. And like it's a very actually like how a realistic like it's kind of stereotypical, but it's not like a Hollywood movie alien. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look it up real
I
quick.
think my favorite one is like The Arrival, or the one where there's the lady that's sent to like go communicate with the aliens, like the metapods, and they give you like the language to like see through time.
Yeah, I heard that one was really good. I never got to check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. It's a good one.
There's another one. Okay, this isn't alien based. Actually, I'm gonna get on. I'm not gonna get onto that until.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm just wanna if I can find the pictures. Like they look like you see in the picture right there. Like they don't actually show you like a clear picture.
Oh.
It just shows like dark. It just shows like shadows of like what the aliens look like, but it doesn't show you an actual like Hollywood movie like. You know what
That's
I
how
mean?
you should do it.
So like the aliens are coming to take the child, but they're stalking him and like learning about like their way of life
They're
before they
observing
take
it in
him.
the natural habitat.
Yeah, and they're coming into his room, and like sometimes they've seen them like in the room, like the shadow, and like birds are flying to the house and shit, and hitting like the windows and shit, like a bunch of shit happening. So then in the end, but it's a good movie all the way through. But yeah, the last like 15 minutes. But I love what they did. It wasn't like they're killing the aliens. It was like the aliens break in. There's like this huge shining light. He shoots the shotgun at them, but he doesn't kill anything, obviously. So then the kid starts hallucinating. Like the aliens are making the oldest brother hallucinate. So then all of a sudden, he's at like a farmhouse. Or he's at a house, and it's like day outside. But it was nighttime when he starts hallucinating. And to him, he's like, what's happening? So he walks around and he sees his dad sitting there with the shotgun. Dude kills himself. Like a bunch of weird, wacky shit starts happening. Then he sees his youngest brother like curled up in a ball crying. He walks up to him. Then he stops hallucinating and he looks behind him and the aliens are there. Then they take him. They take the oldest brother instead of the youngest brother. And then like 3 months later, like there's a walkie-talkie and like that they found like an old toy one, and the mom's like looking at it and she hears like the screams of like the kid being taken from the aliens. So that's one of those movies where they don't actually show like really like full on what the aliens look like. It's just a shadow. It's actually really good. It's probably one of the best alien movies I've seen. That one I feel like would be the most realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I feel like aliens on Earth, they wouldn't be poaching kids. I feel like they'd just be watching stuff on the internet if they wanted to study us.
They're watching the alien, like shit.
They're like, yo, let's check this out. What's this alien XXX videos? I wonder what they think of us. Oh, never mind.
God, it's just like. And then you were talking about The Arrival, and it made me think. Have you ever seen Annihilation?
Yeah.
You seen that?
Which one's that?
It's where the shimmer they call it. It's where it's like you can walk through it, and it's like this enclosed like. Is it enclosed or is it just?
It's like a dome.
It's a dome, and they don't know how it got there, so they send a team of people to go in there and see what goes on in there.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know.
To me, it's kind of a psychological movie to me. Like again, the music is very subtle. It's very calm, but like there's something about it. I don't know how to describe it. Like the stuff that happens. It was just so cool. Like I actually really liked it. It was on Hulu, I think. But enough about me talking. What about you guys? What do you guys think about whatever?
You're the horror expert among us.
I don't know because I've been talking a lot about these things, but like there's got to be some like what's one that like relates or like something that you.
I mean, like I don't really watch horror stuff. Like I usually try and watch like I guess better thriller stuff. So like Westworld and Sherlock.
It's not even all horror. It's like Annihilation is a lot of sci-fi too. It's just like there's like really beautiful looking animals in there. Like there's deer, but they don't look like regular deer. They look like really like beautiful, like really like I don't know, extra.
Like a perfect, like evolved version.
Yeah, like an evolved version. Yeah. Like the beasts in there, but that's not what it's centered around. It's not centered around a monster. It's more of just like a lot of different things they experience in there. There's like this alien that's like it's not like an alien, but it's like a silver like. I don't know how to even describe what it is, but like, there's a lot of cool shit about it. Yeah. But
I mean, I'm a big M. Night Shyamalan fan. Like
M. Night Shyamalan, I've heard of that. What?
he's a director.
no, I'm saying what movie did he make? Because I've heard of him.
Yeah,
but
I've
like,
heard of his name.
There was Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Winter. I think it's like Winter Break. He made The Last Airbender.
Like the movie?
Yeah. The one that's really bad.
God, even the
well, it's not that it's bad. It's just not nearly as good as the show.
The kid who plays as Aang, though, his face is too much of a baby face. I don't like it. It's just not. I don't like it.
But like, okay, everybody hates on The Village. Like, do you know what The Village is?
No.
It's basically the one where Matt Damon's a scientist, and he's like, guys, I think I know what the problem is here. Like he's basically Owen Wilson, but in a horror film.
Owen Wilson. Wait, so like, what's it about though?
So there's not Matt Damon. Wait, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is like a scientist, or he's like a high school science teacher, and the apocalypse comes and nobody knows how it happens. But basically it is, the reason for the apocalypse coming is this wind. The wind makes people kill themselves. Like it's the plants. The plants are giving off toxins that are making people kill themselves. But it's transferred by the wind. So it's basically just the camera is the wind. It's getting closer to the people. Once they get to the people are killing themselves.
Oh shit.
So it's like Bird Box in a way, because whenever they see the aliens, they kill themselves.
Did they ever show the aliens in that movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no. Bird Box was stupid. I hated Bird Box.
Yeah, it's kind of a dumb premise.
It was good. Can't say that.
No, you're wrong. That's not valid at all. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh God, what was that?
Actually throws up and dies right now.
Oh, I hated that. I hated that movie. No.
Damn.
But the one last one I'll talk about is it's called The Village. It's basically like so at the beginning it's this pilgrim town looking place, and then like this one girl gets suspicious about like, cause like people are getting like antsy and stuff. Well, no, nobody's getting antsy, but like people are getting suspicious of her because she's getting suspicious. So then she goes outside the town's borders because they have like borders that you can't go past, and like the whole thing is like there's like this monster outside that's gonna kill anybody who goes past the borders. But then the girl goes past the borders, and in all actuality, it takes place in modern day,
Wait,
and
that's
it's just
the village?
no, like well, like the village is like this little pilgrim-looking village.
No, I'm
And-
saying that's the movie though.
Oh yeah,
I saw that in English class. Yeah, and
Really?
then the Beast is actually one of the dudes that's in the village.
yeah,
Yeah. See, that's the thing where like that movie actually could have been pretty good if they didn't show the Beast and it wasn't actually a dude dressed up like the Beast.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of stupid.
I just
That's
liked it
kinda
for the
dumb.
concept.
I mean, no, it was a cool concept, yeah. And then like they're isolated, but like really it's actually modern day, but they're in like to them, all they know is their little pilgrim village. Like they were put there for some reason.
Probably had some big brain meeting.
Yeah. But I don't know, I felt like yeah, I guess that was cool, I don't know. But them showing the Beast and having to be dressed up like the one stupid dude who's just there.
Yeah, no, that's freaking stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's where like I feel like I don't know. I'm not a big monster guy, so like I don't really care a whole lot about like the monster's like big and grotesque and like is gonna scare me and shit. I'm more of a plot guy to where like I'm more interested in like where the story takes us.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of like being scared. I don't know. That's just me, man.
No, yeah,
I agree
guess
with that.
That's partly me too. I just if they're gonna have a Beast, like I feel like they should execute it in a way that's gonna be like
No, you're
not
definitely
just
right.
yeah.
And I feel like with animation technology, like we're as scared as we can be, so now it relies
Yeah,
on
we're
plot
just
instead of
Yeah.
effects.
True.
All right.
Yeah, that wraps it up.
Yeah, that wraps
That was a
it.
long ass tangent.
That was a good one. That was this.
Yeah,
this
this
is a
was-
good episode. Like honestly, start off with some funny shit, but like not really like serious shit, but just like
Just
shit,
talking like
dude.
boys.
Yeah,
Good reminiscing.
yeah.
It was, yeah.
All right, so thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Or listening, yeah.
Thank you to whoever's listening at the end. Kudos to you. Gold stars are coming your way, left and
Yeah,
right.
there's a gold
left
star
and
sticker
right.
on Snapchat, so like
Yours?
just slide
Yeah,
up,
just-
and then we'll just send you that. Maybe even a special meme too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
All right, so yeah.
So all y'all see ya.